They're here, Vamon. Harmy's men, the rebels, and your men too. Deserters! Goddess, save us, they're here! How did this happen? Were your men not supposed to remain loyal? Did you not make me that promise?
I killed Harmy, but his men must have got to mine. They saw the tide turning. They were spooked when the tower lit up. Sorcery. They believe it's sorcery and they blame us.
So do something about it!
What exactly do you want me to do? Convince them to change sides again? It's over, sire.
Everything's falling apart. Goddess, why have you abandoned me? I thought I was doing your work. So we stay here, and we face them when they come. You and I, together. We tell them we were misled by the Prophet, like so many others. That we believed we were acting in accordance with the wishes of the Goddess. Perhaps the light will shine upon us, and we'll be spared. Or at least, we die with our heads lifted to the sky, redeemed in her glory. Vamon, we can walk the slopes of the first mountain, hand in hand. You'll do this for me, Vamon. Because you love me, and you wish to protect me. We share the responsibility.
He's gonna
for
kill
this.
her.
We...
Yeah.
I am not staying here to be arrested, tried and executed in ignominy. Her shame was too great. She jumped. She had misled everyone, including the commander. I will let you take credit as the sole architect of our grand scheme, sire. I grant you that gift.
His rat tail is still fantastic. How you could keep it like that, I don't know. I'm not sure that's possible. Only once did I ever see one like that. It's pretty bad.
Guess I'm just a gust of wind, moved on quickly, almost unnoticed, but quite powerful. A rush could easily have blown your defenses down, could easily have blown your defenses down. Did you hear me whispering hello? Did you see me waving goodbye? Did you notice that I didn't cry? Your days I don't mind. It was worth a try. That I didn't cry.
So where's she taking Crow? You can't just credit. No, thank you.
you were caught in the middle. I'm returning to Sadir. This has been a setback for us, but we will persevere without the Prophet. The Council is ours. We control the army. We may not be able to rid the world of magic yet, but we can cleanse Azadir. We can prepare for the war ahead. I'm doing what needs to be done to save the soul of our nation. To save our people. To save you, Kian. When you reach the first mountain and look down on us all, you'll understand.
No, those are some evil-looking men. Monsters. All the magicals.
What? You?
That's right. You left me to die on a street once. I'm just returning the favor.
But you were nothing. Just
A
a...
slave girl. I'm free now.
Well, I mean, that Vaman was not gonna make it seemed pretty clear. I'm surprised by Utana, though. 1 week later. So he's still alive. Is what we must conclude from that. So did this... Who would have healed us? Or is this just a memory?
Their war isn't over yet, and there's much to do before Mercuria is truly at peace. They've gained their second wind now. The restoration won't be painless, but the hardest part is over. It's time to face him. We have unfinished business, Liko and I. Are you going to kill me now?
I did swear an oath, Azadi.
You did. And if you choose to do so, I won't fight you. I won't fight my brother.
I believe the gods may be willing to turn a blind eye to my commitment.
Good. I'm glad you have forgiven the gods.
I share the sentiment.
So, what now, Liko? Where to next?
This war is just starting. You need people you can trust standing with you. I thought maybe I'd join you in Azadir.
He's needed here, in Mercuria, more than I need him in Sadir. I could use Liko's help in Sadir. And we've grown close.
I don't know. I mean, someone needs to lead here in Mercuria, but also, you know, it's good having someone who can defend you.
I think that sounds like a good idea. We need to unite my people and yours. And I can imagine no better man at my side than you, Liko.
Likewise. So when do we leave?
As soon as possible. Utana fled the city with the first. I don't believe the Six have any idea they've been deceived. Even without the Prophet, the Masked Council has amassed enough power to make them a formidable enemy. Utana will be in control of Azadir when she returns there. We can't pull the entire Azadi army out of Mercuria without creating unrest. Half the troops will need to stay behind to ease the transition, but it'll have to do. We have the light on our side. Civil war seems inevitable, but we walk with the goddess, and our enemies are blinded by the shadow. We will prevail, and the mother will have to pay for her crimes. We're bringing Naane. She asked to come along. She can be of good use to us. I'm going to ask Enu to step up and take over some of Shepard's tasks here in Mercuria.
A wise choice.
I believe so, if she accepts.
She'll do anything for you.
The restoration will take time, and it won't be complete before all the magicals are back in the city. The ones who want to return. But perhaps that's for the best. Trust between humans and non-humans will need to be restored first. I wish I could stay to help it. My mission isn't here. I need to look west now.
Just say the word. I'm ready, Kian. Brother.
We'll leave soon. I just have to say my goodbyes first.
There's not that many people to say goodbye to.
Don't leave.
This war isn't over.
I know, but don't leave. We can't fix things here without you. And without Shepard? And with Liko going away with you, I mean, who will be in charge? Who's going to make the right decisions and secure peace between humans and magicals and...
You will.
Wait, what? Me? How? What?
You're the strongest and bravest person I know. With you here, the Resistance will do fine.
I don't... But... No, you see, I haven't... Huh?
The others trust you and admire you. They'll listen to you. You've proved yourself.
Okay, now you're going to make me cry. That's not fair.
You'll be fine, Enu.
Oh, okay, here we go. Floodgates wide open.
Goodbye, Enu.
I love you. I mean, in a friendly way. I mean... ugh, screw it. Goodbye, Kian Alvane. Prophet, General, whatever else you're going to accomplish with your life, and I'm sure you will accomplish a lot. Good luck with everything. Go save your nation. Okay, all right. We have so much work to do.
Who else is there to say goodbye to? Some of the people you barely ever speak to.
Hey.
Who are you? Where do you come from?
The Ether. I followed the songlines here. I walk between worlds. I'm Saga.
Saga. Thank you for saving my life, Saga.
I guess you could say it's fate that I ended up where I was supposed to end up. Not due to any actions on my part, but because the universe decided. Fate, choices, I don't know. It might have played out differently, if not for a whole lot of coincidences. The choices I've made led me down this path, to Kian Alvane at just the right time. Every action played a small part in saving his life.
Just the fate one sounds nicer, so let's go with that.
I guess thank fate, not me.
I don't believe in fate. I believe in actions. You decided to help me.
Okay, well, thanks for saving the world then.
I think our friend Zoe deserves much of the credit for that.
I hope she pulled through.
I'm sure she did. If not, I would know. We all would. She's...
Important? Oh, yes.
How did you know to be in the right place at the right time?
Does it matter?
Does it, whatever the reason, maybe I don't want to know. Does it matter? Who is this woman? Her secrecy and lack of respect is... Does it matter? Of course it matters. You showed up with the medicine I needed. Did anyone send you...
It'll take a while to explain. We can cover it on the road to Sadir.
Sadir?
Capital of the Azadi Empire, situated where the Six Rivers meet
Stop playing games, woman.
I'm coming with you.
What? Why?
Because that's how the story goes. It's been written, and we can't change that now. We have a war to win. And then, in another decade or so, there's going to be an even bigger war. You'll definitely need me for that one. Us. You'll need us. It's been foretold, Bloodless King, for thousands of years. Seriously, I promise I'll cover all of it when we have some quality time to ourselves. Oh, and one last thing. You may not like this one, yet. You're going to adopt?
Adopt? What?
I'll need a name, in Azadir, a surname, otherwise I won't be useful to you. No one listens to a nameless person, and it's not like we can just get married. So you adopt me and bring me into your family, and I take your name and become a princess. Saga Alvane. I like the sound of that. I've never had a surname. We didn't need one.
What are you talking about?
Again, I'll explain soon as we leave. And we should leave soon, because Sadir needs you.
Got it. Yes. Yes. To Sadir. But unless you explain everything, I'll toss you overboard before we're halfway there. Understood?
I can live with that.
Good. Adopt.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how did you get here? How did you know I was in the Enclave? What was that portal? Can you open portals anywhere? Why not just...
Everything. I pinky promise.
Light save me.
It's gonna be a fun travels. But yeah, those are the important questions, of course. I'd ask them. I'd be exactly like Kian.
Good morning, sunshine.
Oh no, not again.
I promise you, it's for real this time. Do you need anything? Do you need water? The curtains closed, or...?
No, it's okay. The sun, it's good.
The doctor said you'd be waking up. I wanted to be here when you did, to... well, to explain.
Did we win?
We're still here, and the bad guys are gone, so I guess we did.
What happened at the end? There was a bright light, voices, and nothing. Darkness, and then, well, this.
I don't know. That thing that came through, it wasn't human. It tossed me aside like I was nothing. I'm lucky I wasn't killed. I tried to get back on my feet, but then there was a blinding flash of light. And when it faded, it only took a second or two, and then there was just you. No one else. I thought you were dead.
And Helena?
Gone. Perhaps that thing... Anyway, she won't be back. If she survived, she'll stay away. Too many people want her locked up. Or dead.
Waticorp. Are they still after me?
Oh no, they've got enough problems on their hands. Your friend Sully broke the story. They've been linked to the suicide bombing in Propast, to political payoffs, to corruption, and their plans for the Dream Machine were exposed. No one's going to want to log back in anytime soon. The Syndicate's under pressure from the other corporations because of their relationship with Wati. DI is under investigation too. They've pulled their operatives from Europolis. That article made shockwaves. Sully sounded really happy when he called. He'll be even happier when he hears you're awake. Wati Corp will probably survive. The Dream Machine will not. And without that, they couldn't care less about you. About us.
That's good. And Reza, is he...
When Eingana was destroyed, DreamNet shut down. Wati could no longer control him. He's okay. Confused, but okay. I called him this morning. He's on his way down.
Good. Dad, What were you doing in Mumbai with that woman?
I didn't know any other way. Unless I cooperated, Watty was going to take you away. Helena convinced them to let us bring you to the lab. They believed we were working on improving DreamNet, while Helena was secretly working on her project, altering reality.
How?
Use entangled particles to affect the quantum state of dreamtime in order to reshape the physical universe. Change dreams, change reality. Helena spent 30 years on this project. We were partners, but it was always her project, her theories. I'm not sure I ever believed it would actually work, but she was determined, and I...
You made me.
We did. I don't know if you'll ever forgive me for not telling you the truth, but you began life as an experiment. Our goal was to create an individual capable of existing in both realities, the physical and the dreaming. Someone who could change the world with a single thought, with dreams. But it didn't work. You were just a child. To your mother, you were an asset she could use and discard, but you were my little girl. That's why I left. You were only 2 years old. Helena had given up on you. In exchange for my share of Jiva, she let me take you away. I thought it was over. I didn't know she'd come back for you.
There's too much to process right now. I can't. I'll need time. And I'll need the whole story, from beginning to end, all the way back.
Of course. I'm really sorry, Zoe. I let you down again.
Dad, stop. You did what you had to do to save me. I still need to understand exactly what happened, but I don't blame you. Where are we? Still in Jiva's Mumbai lab?
No. This is the real deal. We're back home. Back in Casablanca.
Okay, good. I want to stay.
In the hospital?
I want to go home. To our house. I miss home. I miss you, Dad.
I've missed you too. Of course you can come home, sweetheart.
But I'll be asking tons of questions, and I expect honest answers. No more protecting me from the truth, okay?
Okay.
Right now, though, I just want to sit here and watch the sunlight. I'm sick of sleeping. Sick of dreaming. I want to be awake.
Is that Reza? No words. It's a little bit strange, but... And then we suddenly jump 5 years, huh? What, she gets her own baby crow now? What's this? That's to show that he became king after the Civil War?
I try to run, but I'm not moving. Tried to get out of here for years. No longer know what I'm doing. I just disappear. I'm getting scared and my heart starts pounding. I try to scream but there's no sound. I'm falling, I'm falling. When will my feet hit the ground? I'm falling, I'm falling. But I'm not going down.
Hey, you.
Am I awake or am I dreaming?
Wonder if it would have just shown her alone if you didn't pick Reza a couple of times. Epilogue. Those who walk between worlds. So this is going to be epilogue based on Saga and her family? A long, long time from now.
Every year, it gets colder. Now let's see if we can't put some life into you.
Rekindle the fire. Old Saga. April?
It's hard sometimes to separate my own memories from what I've read and heard. April's journeys are vivid to me, but also dreamlike. Someday, at the very end, maybe we will meet face to face before the cycle begins anew. Hugsy. He's the only creature in this little world of ours older than me. Oh, dear old Hugsy. You're barely holding together. Oh, dear old... What's that, Hugsy? You miss Papa? I'm missing too, old buddy.
I wonder what she likes or thinks of the painting now.
Now, there's a face I haven't seen in a long time. Liko stayed true to Kian until the end, though to be honest, I always thought they were gonna end up killing each other. I'll leave that hanging where it is. Our bloodless king. He did not enjoy that throne, but he never complained. Not to me, at least. Even my endless teasing couldn't faze him. Not bad for a 7-year-old with no idea of what was happening to her and why she was having such vivid dreams. Arcadia, Crow, the Rolling Man. The beginning of a long, long journey. Brave Zoe. It couldn't have been easy getting caught up in events and wanting nothing more than a quiet, normal life. I believe her daughter is still alive in the continuity, along with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. From what I've heard, she lived a long and fulfilling life. And I know she passed the dream on, or all this wouldn't be. One of the Sylphan worlds, beautiful and peaceful, as always, so naturally, I grew bored again.
She has some fancy mementos.
One of my older works. I must have painted that when I was in my late teens. Come to think of it, that was an actual place. I visited there to get in touch with my ancestry. It was I won't mess with this one, but I think I'd like to revisit this particular scene in a painting. Perhaps something that goes further back, to the beginning of the journey. Dragons and dreams. One day, I'll get rid of that accursed thing. It's stained with the blood of dragons, but it's too dangerous to simply discard. The dead walked in that world. They were exceedingly polite, but it still creeped me out no end. I prefer my worlds three-dimensional, thank you very much. One of my favorite worlds, vast and beautiful. It took me days to walk there, across treacherous song lines, avoid— Oh, Papa, trying to keep me here with wards and old magic. I must have been such a handful for him, and a royal pain in the ass. They wouldn't do me much good. Those wards are long gone.
Map of the multiverse.
Still so many worlds unvisited. So many universes left to traverse. But time's running out for me.
That looks very earthy.
There. Oh, yes. I remember that place. And that strapping Coruscant farm boy. It was an enjoyable 2 weeks. Until his wife returned.
Poof. Rest your legs in the comfy chair. Who's knocking on the window? That doesn't normally happen. Crow?
It's freezing out there. You should not have let me go outside. Brr.
You're a big boy. What imbalance were you thinking?
Fresh air. And I was going a bit stir-crazy inside.
You know very well it's not safe. Paths shift with the wind between worlds, and the song lines are fragile things at the best of times. One discord, and you could end up lost forever. Just like...
You worry too much, old woman.
Oh, old woman? Huh? You're no spring chicken yourself, bird.
Oh, bird me. I've survived worse. Anyway, time to dry my cold feathers by a roaring fire while I enjoy a saucer of sweet sherry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you. You can't.
What? I can't what?
Be here.
You're not serious. You're serious.
I'm receiving a visitor, and she mustn't see you. There'll be too many questions. Questions I can't easily answer.
And who, pray tell, is this very important visitor?
I will tell you. Afterwards. Go upstairs and warm yourself by the chimney. It won't be too long.
After all these years, I get no respect. No, don't say anything. It's fine. I'm going upstairs. Just don't expect me to come back down again later. Or ever.
I'm making shortbread.
Call me when it's ready.
A convenient thing so you can just fly above the door. That's nice. Sit in the comfy chair.
I'll make some tea to go with the shortbread later, after my guest has left.
Well, let's see who it is. Somehow thinking April. I'm not sure how that makes sense, but let's see. A kid? Oh, it is her.
Welcome, April Ryan.
Oh, she's the old woman from the very first game? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna have to really think about this afterwards, but No, yeah, because in the first game she gets told everything by an old woman. Very extremely cutscene heavy ending. That's for sure. I'm also really curious to see how differently it can pan out, depending on the choices made. Because it seemed, for example, that depending on the work that you do, or the proficiency that you picked for Zoe back in Europolis when working, that changes the part with... God, what was this engineer's name? Ferdaus. So I'm wondering how that impacted things. Still, the whole songlines thing is kind of confusing to me. Like, I don't fully understand how it's supposed to work, or why Saga is there and how she gets there in the first place. Like, Anna's role now makes sense, sorta. She's just kind of helpful character by the by who's gonna kill Vaman. But I'm mainly curious now how many different endings there could be to this. And I think that's a lot. Still find it weird that also thinking about it, that when Reza walks in the room, at the end, he doesn't say anything. Like, it just makes me think that this actor, or the voice actor, just wasn't there. Like, they couldn't get him in the studio for a couple of more lines or something. It seemed a little bit strange. Sam Fink is Ferdaus and Ban Bandu. Yeah, makes sense. That's a really cool game. That's the whole story. I'm really glad that they actually got around to finishing it. Needed to be done, honestly. It's also nice that they show some of the artwork and paintings and drawings from the previous games as well. It's nice. It's the way it's supposed to be, of course, because guess what? That's what this whole thing is about. I'm guessing this is going to be a very long list of names. If they're going to do all 12,000 people. Yeah, after this I'm definitely gonna reread some of the major plot points from the first one, because I mean, I still remember the White Dragon and what happened there, but I imagine a lot of people just don't, or if they just don't play the first game, they miss this link, which also means that at the very last moment, before credits at least, I'm not sure if there's still going to be a little outro afterwards, that you feel that the entire story points back to the beginning. Because apparently it does loop, it does go all over again. Which I'm not sure if it's the same sort of situation goes on again, or if it is actually this one which happens and it's basically some sort of loop. I'm sure there's going to be some really funny names in this. If you see a funny one, point it out. It's always good to see, because I can't read all of this. I like how there's one anonymous in there though. That's good.
You're a good-hearted woman.
Yeah, I'm also trying to think, like, this was extremely cutscene heavy, but I think that probably was a good thing. Because otherwise it breaks up the whole storytelling of it. And then you might be stuck in, you know, one of these puzzle moments where you need to, you know, use object A with object B, but only when, you know, the animation is doing this one thing or something like it. Pretty much when I'm also wondering what happens if you, at the moment when the Dreaming was still in Westhouse and he grabbed Helena, if you could, for example, like grab the gun, for example, or if you interacted with Helena, like I'm wondering what happens there. Like maybe it just results in a, oh, things go bad and retry. That's kind of what I'm expecting, but I'm wondering what happens, because also we don't know what happens to Helena. We're also not totally sure what happens to Utana either. I'm guessing it's, they don't specifically say or show, but I think what they mean with, you know, him becoming king essentially, or at least I assume that's what it means or was supposed to show, together or next to Saga and Liko. Does that mean that he defeated them or her? Or is she still going to plan something later? Well, apparently she did, because there was going to be an even bigger war later, after several decades, for which Saga really needs to be around. So it seems a little bit unclear, but I guess she still lives at that point. But yeah, which also makes me think that, no, I was just thinking maybe if after some decades Utana would, you know, cause a world war on that side again. Is that also when the whole story loops again as well? With the whole universes merging together and something like that? I think that would be too soon. Can't just have that every, you know, couple of years. It's a little bit crazy. Yeah, I wonder how people feel about this if they've only played Dreamfall chapters and not The Longest Journey or, you know, Dreamfall. I think it might be very confusing. Or more confusing at least. Because you don't know some of these characters as much. Also, I have to say that I honestly forgot that there's still the whole part with Lux being inside of, or with, Zoe. Like, I kinda somehow forgot about that part, but yeah. But it just seems, yeah, like, I don't know, I think I like the ending. It was a little bit here and there and everywhere, a little bit, with a lot of loading in between, but that's fine. But I guess it all works out, sorta. Somehow it felt very jumpy or messy, like it wasn't one cohesive ending, which is difficult with a series like this, but I'm also not sure how you would improve on it. Like, I'm not sure also what I would have wanted to have seen differently.
Such a mind fuck. Oh, believe me, I'm trying.
Like I'm thinking maybe they should have, yeah, made it one long cutscene and kind of just go in between moments, just fade to black and fade back in, or you know, do a little
I still don't really know
message in between so you know where you're jumping to show what happens, or maybe even explain things a little bit more, because it still feels, yeah, you kind of got shown something but you're kind of supposed to draw your own conclusions, in some of it at least. Like still, what happens to a lot of these characters at the end, who knows? Like Anna or Anu. Ah, that's it. Alright, well, I guess that is it then. I did like the little bit at the end, so you can, if you look at the paintings, you still see a little bit extra. I think that is very cool. And you... yeah, no, it's cool. I like it. Then I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. Let me know what endings you guys got, considering I know mine now, and after this I'm gonna be seeing what can happen. Let me know what you guys thought of the ending, and if you played it for yourself as well, what ending you got, and if you noticed any big differences between our playthroughs, because they might be very different. Could have, you know, picked opposite on everything pretty much. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time. See you, dudes.